friends, it's Carolyn Zook here with C6 Stitch, and today is Sunday, May 22nd, 2022. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. I'm so glad that you are here spending part of your day or your evening with me. I am filming a little bit late this week. I worked at Acorns and Threads yesterday, which was super fun. It was a pretty busy day at the shop, and I got to meet a couple of people. I met Gail. Gail came in and said hi, which was super fun to meet you, Gail. And I talked to Lynn on the phone. They have, that people's names can show up when you pick up the phone. And I picked up the phone and it was Lynn. So it was so nice to meet you ladies and get a chance to talk with you. If you are either local in the area or you are coming to visit, I just wanted to let you know that Acorns and Threads is starting their stitching groups back up again in June, which is awesome, super exciting. And starting next Saturday, so the Saturday Memorial Day weekend, they are starting their stitching table where they set up a table outside and anyone can just drop in, sit down, stitch, stay for as little or as long as you'd like. So that is starting back up. I highly recommend that you join the newsletter. The next newsletter will be going out this Thursday, and you can get information and updates on all of these happenings and the different stitching groups and all of that. So I always link Acorns and Threads in the description box down below. So do check them out and sign up for their newsletter if you think you will be visiting the Portland area anytime in the near future. And then you also get updates about upcoming retreats and that type of thing as well. So that's super fun. So yeah, yesterday was really fun. And then this morning I slept in a little bit because I'm tired, but I was working on finishing a piece. I wanted to finish a piece before I filmed. So I'll talk about that in a little bit here. But so this is kind of a late Flosstube for me. In addition, this week, summer classes started. So I teach a summer class through the college that I work at. It's the same. It's my main job. It's part of my main job. And because it's a summer class, it's very condensed. So we fit a semester's worth of material in 6 weeks. So we meet Monday through Thursday for 2 hours every day. So it's quite intensive, but it's short. So we already have 1 week down, so 5 more weeks to go. And that's going really well. It's a really small class. We have about 5 students in the class, but it's good. They're really engaged, which is so nice. And yeah, so that's going well, but that's been keeping me really busy as well. So I am behind on comments from last video, but I will get caught up. And then you may have noticed I have a new logo. I'm so excited. I love it so much. I worked with Athena from Stitchy Designs. She is on Facebook. I'll make sure to link her down below. She designed this logo for me. I told her I liked flowers and I like cats and bright colors. And this is what she came up with. This is pretty much her original design. We changed the font where it says C6 Stitch, and then we played around a little bit with the colors. But otherwise, this was the design she came up with, which is awesome. I love it. And I'll talk a little bit more about that a little bit later. I have a couple of t-shirts coming my way from her. I think they were shipped out on Friday, I believe. But I'm super excited to have my very own logo. So we'll have some fun with that coming up as well. So like I said, I don't really have any Q&As because I'm behind on last week's Flosstube, so responding to comments. So I apologize about that. But to make up for it, I have 2 finishes this week. 2 of them, which I'm super excited about. So first up is I finished Looking Out, which is from the 2019 Just Cross Stitch Christmas Ornament magazine. So this is what it will look like. I mean, I guess it's done, so I don't really need to show you this. But it's designed by Floss and Fleece. And I am I stitched it on the called for 14 count Blue Blizzard Ada. It's a bit of an opalescent, if you could tell. And this is what I did. Looking out, it took me a total of 15 and a half hours. I started this in Jolly July in 2020. I think it's really cute. I think this bird is my favorite just because he's facing a different direction. I thought about going back in and putting some beads on or something, but I don't know. I think it's pretty cute as is, and it's not really picking up, the camera isn't picking up the sparkle, but there is a bit of sparkle to that. So that is looking out. That is a finish for May. As you know, I am trying to finish as many things as I can in May. Okay, I was just checking if that was on my May acrostic. Looking out does not look like it was. Then the piece that I just finished this morning that I was working on, oh my gosh, I completely underestimated how long this one was going to take. This is, let me show you. This is Frog and Wellies by Fabi Riley, and it's in this edition of the World of Cross Stitching. This is the April 2020 issue. Issue number 292. And you could see I have some other pieces tagged in here. So it does feel good that I'm getting some of these magazine pieces finished. This is stitched on a 28 count white Lugana. And the whole purpose of this piece was to learn a new stitch. So we learned a new stitch, and I'll point that out in just a minute. This is what it looks like. Now, the stitch I learned, which you can see over here, is the spider web stitch. And this is the S in this month's acrostic is sound, and this is S for specialty stitch or spider web stitch. I think it's a darling piece. One of the things, I'm not sure, I might go back, I don't know, I put these raindrop charms on instead of stitching a bunch of raindrops. I think it looks pretty cute. I don't know. They're a little big. I mean, it's, you know, they're a little big, but the frog is also the same size as the boot, so I don't think we're too worried about realistic size of things. Do you know what I mean? And the frog is holding an umbrella too. So, like, I'm not so worried about the size. I don't know. I have a couple more I could add in, but then I thought it might be too crowded. I'm not sure. Tons of back stitching. I spent 4 hours last night doing the back stitching alone. And then this morning I had to put the beads on. I had the raindrops on last night, but there's little beads in those light pink flowers. I don't know if you can see them. And doing the spiderweb stitch. The spiderweb stitch isn't particularly hard. I think the hardest thing is making sure, because you do your legs first, you make like a 5-point star, and then you basically just wrap over, you go over under each of the legs, over, under, around, and around to make that design. And it's really cute, and it's pretty easy. The hardest part is making sure that the legs are relatively even in length to one another so that it finishes at the same time. So I kind of struggled with that a bit. It's cute. It's darling. Look, it's such a tiny piece. This one took me a total of almost 18 hours actually to do. And I don't think I used the called for at all. I just used what I had on hand. I love the boots. The boots are probably one of my favorite things. And the flowers. So that is Frogs and Wellies. I will probably just put this, I will probably see if I can find a little frame for it, because I think that's a cute little spring piece to put out. So that's two more finishes that I got done this week. And that Frogs and Wellies really took a lot more time than I expected to finish that up. But we're good. We are on track. So this week I also worked on Winter Friends Welcome. This is another magazine piece. This is what it looks like. Winter Friends Welcome. I took out the Welcome Friends and put in more trees. This is a Stony Creek. And this is the Summer 2020 issue. This is what the cover looks like. If you want to try to get a back issue. This is the same magazine that You Are Amazing is in. I'm actually using the same fabric. So this is what it will look like. My goal is to finish it this year. My goal for May, I knew I wasn't going to finish it in May because I had a lot left. So my goal for May was work on it for 9 hours, and I did get a little over 9 hours in. And this is stitched on 28 count vintage blue Whisper, and this is where I got. So I finished up the raccoon. I did the branch and the bird and the wreath. So there you'll see little holes like in the wreath and whatnot, and there's beads and like all around the border. There are beads that go into this afterwards. But this is where we're at. So that was a good chunk. I almost wanted to start on the back stitching, so I didn't leave it all to the end, but let's look again here. So basically all I have left is the snowman. Now he's going to be a lot of stitching. But basically, I have the snowman and back stitching and beading, and then this is done. So I'm really, really happy that I pulled it out and got as much done as I did because, you know, there's a lot of color changes. That raccoon, he's really cute, but he has a lot of color changes in his little face. So it took a while, and I'm sure the back stitching will take a while. And then there's vines in the corners up here and all the beads and stuff. So I think this is going to be a darling winter piece to have, but I think it's going to take a while to finish it up. But that'll come out later this year, and we'll get her done. And then I pulled out one of my heids. My goal, I'm working actively on 2 different heids this year. Ones you saw last week, which was Cat Alphabet, or Cat ABC's Cat Alphabet, something like that. And this one is Cardinal Cottage by Donna Gelsinger. And, its artwork is by Donna Gelsinger, and it's charted by Michelle from Heaven and Earth Designs. My goal is to work on each of these heids one day a month. I'll put where I was somewhere over here, where I was last week, so that you can see. And then I will show you where I am this week. So here I am. I worked on this for 4 hours and I got 491 stitches in. So I did a lot of fill in over here, and then I started bringing it out over here into the pinks. I'm still missing some stitches in here, which you can see. I've bought it twice now. I was missing a couple of DMCs. So I rebought them. Like I was missing 2 that I couldn't find. One I know I bought, and I thought I put it in the project bag. And I couldn't find it when I pulled this out to stitch. So I picked it up again when I was at Acorns. And I put both of the DMCs I'm missing in this project bag. I saw it with my own eyes. I put it in there. So next time I pull this out, I'll be able to hopefully go back in and fill in just to get these stitches in here done. So that will be fully done. Again, this is the piece that isn't looking like a whole lot yet. I am at 0.51% done. And I'm right up in this area, and you can see where the pinks are starting to come in up there. This is on 18 count Ada. And I have plans for next year for these to get hopefully a little more progress than I am this year. Which I will talk about when we start talking about next year, like in December, because I don't plan ahead or anything. Anyway, so that is what I worked on. I'm getting a little more stitching done in the evenings just because I don't have my commute. So that is freeing up some more stitching time with me because I'm working from home now that it's summer. So I'm super excited about that, and that's really helping pushing some of these to a finish. All right, let's do haul in Stitchy Kindness now. So for my haul, well, you saw the logo, and I got business cards made. so that I can take them to StitchCon. So this is what I'm going to do. So these are project tags, really. Okay, so here's the logo. It's just a business card. And then on the back, you have a line for your project and your designer, when you started it, when you finished it, the fabric, and any notes you want to make. If you want to talk about conversions, fabric or thread conversions, or the threads you used, or anything else that you want to mark about your project, you can do that. And it's going to be, I'm going to put them in these little plastic containers, and you're going to have or badge holders, and you'll have a little safety pin, and you can pin it to your project bag. I might pin one to my shirt just so as a name tag. So won't those be cute? So if you are at StitchCon Weekend A, come find me, and I should have enough for at least one, if not two, for each person. So come find me, and if you want one of these, I will give you one or two of these. Maybe what I'll do is I'll do one, the first couple of days, and then the last day, I'll just, whoever wants more, I'll give out more. So that is what I'm taking to StitchCon as a little freebie giveaway. I know some people are doing project tags and all that. I'm not necessarily to trade, which is great. That'll be really fun. I'm not necessarily trading these. If you don't have anything to trade, give me a hug or a high five or something, or say hi, and that'll be our trade. So I'm bringing enough. I think I'm bringing hopefully 350. I have to put them in the badges and attach the safety pin to it. But I thought that was really cute, and I thought it was a really fun way to use these. So look for that. And then I got my StitchCon t-shirts in the mail. So I got the red baseball jersey. So that came. I got this cranberry. Oh, they printed it upside down. Just kidding. They didn't. I was holding it upside down. Cranberry v-neck. I love that they have the v-neck option, because some of you might know I don't like things around my neck. And then, in case it gets chilly in the room, I got, can you tell? I got the hoodie. It would help if I held this correctly. I got the hoodie. So I'm all set for StitchCon gear for a while now. So I got that. Yesterday when I was at Acorns, in addition to the 2 DMCs, I picked up my Bear Year in the Woods. Oh, so Year in the Woods, I'm going to be restarting my Fox because Bestitch Me came out with the bundle of fabric, and I like that way better. And so what I'm going to do is it's 3 on each piece of fabric, which I really like that. I thought I would really like it as one big piece. And I don't know, I've seen some people's pieces and they are really close together. I don't know. I just feel like it'd be too much. And so I feel like if I did 3 pieces or 3 charts on one piece of fabric, which is how it's originally designed. Again, just go with the designer, Carolyn. Then it's really nice because you could frame that, leave that up for 3 months, and then switch it, right? So it's kind of fun. So I am going to be restarting the Fox on the Bestitch Me fabric. I ordered the fabric from Garan on Friday night, I think. So that should be here this coming week. I don't know when I'll restart it, but I think I'm going to restart it. So, but I got this. So that came, I'm on their auto ship or auto pickup. Okay, so the next thing I got is from Jen from Jen's Stitching Niche. She has a website now. She's moving off of Etsy and into her own website. Wow, this is a huge piece. Oh my gosh. You see a little bit of the modeling. So I'll link Jen's shop below. This is a 32 count vintage Sahara. It's giant. Can you see? You can kind of see it's like some yellow, orangey modeling in there. This is for with the Needle 2 by Lila Studio that Jan of Jan Hicks Creates and I are starting together at StitchCon. I've been looking for a fabric for some time just to get a good idea. And I was drawn to this one because it's light, but I think the whites will still show up just fine. It has a little bit of modeling, so it shows a little bit of movement, but not too much. And this is super fast shipping from Jen. So thanks so much, Jen. I know Jen usually watches, so thank you, Jen. That fabric is slipping down. Okay. So I got that, and then the next thing I got is some Stitchy Kindness that, talk about my jaw hitting the floor when I opened this. I mean, honestly. Last week's, I titled last week's, I titled it, Your Kindness Abounds, and that's like the continuation. Devi had reached out to me and asked me for my address because she said, I have a little something to send you. This is not a little something. So she knows that Candy from the 614 Stitcher and I are going to be starting Purple Rain, which is another Haid, in June. And Devi is also working on Purple Rain. So she made me this project bag. Look at this. Look at that. I can't purr. And then the back has his symbol, this beautiful purple fabric. It's like galaxy purple. And then inside, let me show you inside. It has these pockets for your floss bobbins. And then a larger pocket here, pocket on the side, another pocket on the side, and then a zippered pocket to keep everything secure. And then she wrote a lovely note, which I have in there. And then she also made these tags, which, look at that. She sewed around the edges. And look at it. It says 2022, the year we're starting it. And look at the back. I think these are so darling. She used her crocodile. Do you see that to secure everything in there? And then here's the other one. These are just beautiful. It's like a dove for when doves cry. There's a little angel, and then the back has some space you can write some notes on. So like a project card. Debbie, she made this. She made this. Like, you are so talented, and I mean, what a huge gift. Thank you so much. I was just blown away and floored, and I'm so excited to have my project put prints in here and take them with me to StitchCon. I probably won't take all the threads with me because there's like 90 some threads. Candy and I are going to do some stitching on it, but I'll probably just pick a section and just try to grab most of those threads because everything I've heard from StitchCon is you don't actually stitch a whole lot. So I'll take, a selection of threads, but this will definitely be super useful. And Debbie, I will think of you every time I use it. So thank you so, so much. Oh my gosh, you guys are so good to me. Okay, so next up, we're at plans already. So my plans are, this is going to be, wow, we're getting near the end of May already. This is going to be my last piece that I'm going to finish for May, which will then be 5 pieces that I have finished plus a 6th one that I've abandoned. So this one is called City Sidewalks. It's by Glendon Place. This is what it will look like. This is from the 2018 Christmas ornament issue of Just Cross Stitch. And I am also stitching this, the same fabric that Looking Out is on. This is 14 count Ada on Blue Blizzard, or Blizzard Blue. This is where I'm at so far. So I have, what do I have? I have a building on either side to do, and then the words. And then that's it. Oh, there's some snowflakes in there. White snowflakes. Although I could use buttons. I have a bunch of button snowflakes. Maybe that would look cute on this. I really want it because this is going to be like a bigger, it's like a little too big for an ornament necessarily. But I thought I'd make a really cute like doorknob hanging or something like that. You can kind of see how they did it. Like it kind of looks like, oh, that'd be cute on a doorknob. So I might do that and put like bells on it or something. But do you see these snowflakes? I have a bunch of snowflake buttons for Santa's Village, which I haven't pulled out in a couple of years. Because I was like, I got those buttons because I was like, I don't know how to, I didn't know how to do the pin stitch when I started that piece. And now I do. So I want to take those buttons off, I think. And I want to use it. I want to stitch the actual snowflakes in the Santa's Village piece. This one, this one isn't going to be framed anyway. So I think the snowflakes might look kind of cute on here and give it a little bit of dimension, which I think will be cute. So I have originally allotted 2 days to City Sidewalks. And I was a little nervous this whole time that I'm not sure that will be enough time. We'll see. I will have this evening. So now I'm up to 3 days. I have 3 days that I can work on it since I spent some time this morning stitching on frogs and wellies and finish that up because originally I was going to stitch on that this evening. So that will take 2 or 3 days. I'm hoping to get it done in 2. I have a third day if I need it. And then the rest of the month is going to be my Whipco piece. Now you'll notice I haven't worked on Autumn Quakers at all this month or Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow. I met somebody yesterday at Acorns who she came up to me and she's like, do you have any Hawk Run Hollow patterns? And so we went over and she had great restraint. She only bought one. She was debating between the Halloween and the shores of Hawk Run Hollow. And she said, but I also really want Christmas. So she ended up getting shores, which is not one I have. I probably won't stitch that one because we decided, well, it's kind of summertime. And so it might, if you like to stitch in season, it's kind of a summery piece. So, so I haven't worked on Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow this month either. I'm getting behind, but I think we could still pull out a finish this year. It's only May, right? Okay. So both of my Whipco calls for this month is Winter Quakers by Rosewood Manor. I have my Winter Quakers in this beautiful project bag designed, stitched, made, created by Shelly from Oh My Ada right here. I'll link her down below. She knows that blue is my favorite color. And look at don't look at the cat hair on the back, but look at this back. So I keep, and look at the fabric. I mean, it's so perfect, right? Because I keep Winter Quakers in here. And Winter Quakers is the one I have the least amount of the Quakers done on this one. So this is what it will look like. I can't even remember where I'm at here. Let me look. Okay, so So I am like still on this first page. I think I probably have the first page almost done. This is, something just fell. I don't know what it was. I'm a mess today. Okay, so I'm stitching this on the called for 28 count Dwarf by Picture This Plus. And I just want you to know, here it is, right here. So each of my Whipco calls is 12 hours. So this is going to get 24 hours of work this month. So that's going to be fun to see. So here will be the before picture because I want us to take a look and see how much work I can get done in 24 hours. So this is where we're at, and I'll just keep stitching. I'm using the Valdani threads, which I've talked about in the past. They're lovely. They're variegated. They're really fun to work with. Super easy. I don't destrand them at all. I just use them as they come straight off of the roll. So they're very, very fun. So yeah, so that will be the rest of the month. So only 2 projects next week. Yeah, so that'll be good. I think that's everything I have. I will be back next Saturday, back on Saturdays for a while, a couple of weeks, and then I have StitchCon, and I'll be doing some travels, but I'll talk about that in early June. And in early June, I will go through all the pieces I'm taking to StitchCon, Weekend A, and then I'm doing a little bit of traveling after StitchCon at a con. I'll actually be gone probably about a week and a half in total. So some of the projects I'm taking on the trip aren't necessarily for StitchCon, but I'm actually traveling a whole nother week after StitchCon. So I'll be missing some filming in June, but I plan to do a video of StitchCon kind of like vlog style maybe. So hopefully you'll enjoy that. We'll see how that goes. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm going to try to do it kind of vlog style and maybe even get something uploaded at least about StitchCon in that week that I'm traveling. It just kind of depends on time and Wi-Fi connection and all of that. But anyway, we have a couple weeks to continue talking about that. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. I have to clean up the house. My house is a disaster. And I have to mow the lawn because the grass, even though I mowed it just last week, the grass continues to grow. Usually I can get away with every other week for mowing this time of year, but not today. So I have to mow, clean the kitchen, should do some laundry, all that fun Sunday stuff. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday and a great, wonderful week, and I will see you next Saturday. Bye.